In the week gone by, equity markets displayed strong resilience even as global cues remained wobbly. The US Federal Reserve hiked interest rates by 75 basis points, taking the benchmark rates to 3.75 to 4%, the highest since January 2008. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell sounded hawkish on future rate trajectory and said that the central bank still has way to go before it wraps up its tightening campaign. A day later, Bank of England too raised benchmark rates by 75 basis points to 3%, highest in the last 30 years. The central bank warned the UK would face a very challenging 2-year slump with unemployment nearly doubling by 2025. Yet the global dilemmas failed to dent domestic equities. Strong Q2 performance by select companies and renewed buying interest by foreign funds lent support to the markets. Eventually, among key benchmark indices, the S&P BSE Sensex 30 index gained 1.7% at 60,950. The NSE Nifty 50 topped the 18,000 mark for the first time since mid-September and ended 1.9% higher. The BSE mid-cap and small-cap indices also settled with solid gains of 2.4% and 1.5% respectively. Going into this holiday truncated week, traders and investors will focus on macroeconomic data apart from the quarterly earnings for further cues. That said, the markets will remain closed on Tuesday, November 8 on account of Guru Nanak Jayanti. At the global level, however, the US midterm polls scheduled for November 8 will be on investors' radar.
Currently, we are in the middle of quarterly earnings season, and it is important to see how various companies have been faring under pretty weathered circumstances. There are also a number of macro announcements being made, such as the US CPI numbers and the India CPI numbers. And it'll be interesting to see how inflation has been impacted by the various rate hikes. There's some pretty terrible headwinds out there and some pretty difficult decisions to be made. And that is why I prefer to look at the longer term viewpoint. India, I do believe, will have its day in the sun, with many pundits believing this to be our golden decade. Sectors that I like looking at are those in the China plus one and the minus China story. What do I mean by minus China? I mean China itself is reducing its capacity in various industries, such as chemicals, steel, and various other commodities. And this is because it's got overcapacity in a number of them. It's polluting its own lands to export, and plus it has to upscale its businesses. And India, with a pretty dominant or pretty decent position in a number of these industries, for instance, it's number 2 in the world for steel, number 6 in the world for chemicals, should hopefully be a beneficiary as it increases its market share as well as its margins. There are a number of other sectors that I like to look at, but these are just a couple I'd like to highlight.
The government will announce IIP and manufacturing production data for September 2022 on Friday. According to forecasts by Trading Economics, an independent data analytical firm, IIP and manufacturing production data may see contraction of 2.3% and 2.0% after a 0.8% and 0.7% degrowth in the preceding month. On the earnings front, Q2 results season will enter its last leg this week, with as many as 1,468 companies scheduled to announce their September quarter results. Prominent among these are BPCL, Coal India, Paytm, Policy Bazaar, Lupin, Tata Motors, Ashok Leyland, GNFC, SAIL, Zomato, Hindalco, Mahindra & Mahindra, Zee Entertainment, and Aurobindo Pharma. Action in the primary market shall continue this week, with Monday being the final day for the subscription of Bikaji Foods International and Global Health. Besides, 3 more initial public offerings, Arjun Chemicals Industries, 5-Star Business Finance Limited, and Keynes Technology India will hit the markets this week to cumulatively raise around 4,280 crore rupees.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.